Hey everyone, Emmanuel here. I'm here at this beautiful Florida beach and I was thinking this would make a really great image. And that reminded me, when I started my web design business, one of the hardest things that I had to do was find really good high quality images for my website and for my client's website that were not copyrighted and I could use them without worry. And it really took me a long time to figure out where I could find these images without having to worry about them causing problems later on for me or my clients. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you a few websites where you can find really awesome HD copyright-free images to use for yourself and for any kind of project that you have. So at the bottom of the list is Google Images. Now I know what you're thinking. Google Images is not that great because the images on there, you don't know if they're copyright-free or not. But actually, Google has a really good tool that lets you find out if the images can be used or not. And it's really simple. For example, we can search for pet bunnies and we see all these images that come up. Some of them might be copyrighted, some of them might not be. How do we know? Well, there's a really great tool. If you go right here to Tools, there's an option called Usage Right. And you can see that some images are labeled for reuse, which means that you are allowed to use them. And if we click there, we can see some images that come up. So the reason that Google Images is at the bottom of the list is because the images on here are not professional, they're not that great, they're kind of blurry, but if you can't find something anywhere else, Google's a great place to start and it's really easy to use. The next best option for me, and number 4, is Pexels.com. Pexels has a bunch of really great HD images that are copyright free. So we can do the same kind of search and let's see what comes up if we put pet bunny. We can see that the images we get here are much nicer. They're professional images. You can see who the photographer was if you want. You can give them credit for their image. So these images are really great. They're professional and they're well taken. So Pexels is definitely one of my favorite resources for images. Number 3 on my list is Unsplash.com. So just like Pexels, Unsplash has a bunch of great images that are free to use. The reason that Unsplash is above Pexels in this list is because normally I've noticed that the images on Unsplash are a lot more natural. They don't look like stock images. They look like they're homemade but still professional. So let's pull up the same pictures. And you can see that these pictures are still professional, but they have that homemade touch. So they look great, but they don't feel like they're fake images. These look like professional images, but have that nice extra unique touch. So if you want to use professional images on your website, but you don't want it to look kind of fake or too stock images, Unsplash is the website for you. Number 2 on my list is Pixabay. Now, Pixabay is really great. Just like the other contenders, they have really professional images. They have a really good mix of natural looking images and more corporate stock photo images. Let's look at the same example again. We can see that there's a good mix of professional, corporate looking images, as well as more homemade but still professional images. Another advantage of Pixabay is that you have the option to choose what resolution you want to download the image in. So if you want the image to be a little bit smaller so that your website can load quickly, or if you need it to be a very large graphic so you need a higher resolution, you can pick a higher resolution. That's one really good advantage of Pixabay. They make picking the resolution for your image super simple. An additional advantage of Pixabay, and the reason why it's number 2 on the list, is that they also offer videos. So if we put pet bunny, we can check if there are free videos available. And we can see that in this case, they don't have any videos for pet bunny. But let's check if they have videos for something more generic, like business. So we can see here that they have a bunch of really good videos that you can use. You can download them right here as well, and you can choose the quality of the video as well. And you can choose from a really large variety of different business related images and videos for your website. Now, the number one option on my list is Adobe Stock. However, as you might already imagine, Adobe Stock does not offer unlimited free images, but they do offer your first 10 images for free. The reason I recommend Adobe Stock is because you can find an image of almost anything that you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else. So you can use the other websites that I mentioned to get all kinds of pictures, but if you need that one really specific picture, you can take advantage of the 10 free image offer from Adobe Stock. For example, let's say you need an image of a grandma playing a guitar, and they don't just have a few, they have a ton of them. You can have a rock star grandma, a grandma who's just learning, or even a grandma with her granddaughter. So these kinds of really specific images would be pretty hard to find anywhere online. But because Adobe Stock is dedicated to stock images, they have pretty much anything you could ever imagine. So that's why I recommend Adobe Stock as the number one choice, because no matter what you're looking for, they probably have it. So what I would recommend is to use options 5 through 2 to get most of your images, and then you can use Adobe Stock to get those really specific images that might otherwise be super hard to find. So those 5 websites have been super useful to me when I create websites for my clients. If you have any questions or need help with anything, you can leave a comment down below, or you can reach me at icreateyoursite.com/contact. Have a great day.